Philadelphia, that's a good win for them, for sure. And so I think I still kind of am of the mind in watching how it's played out so far that this is a division that A is winnable, but B, probably 10 is going to get you there. I just think that, the Lions are going to beat some people. The Vikings never play well in Chicago, so maybe they go there next week and get waxed, but then still end up having a good season. There's going to be some attrition that happens throughout the season, and everyone's going to beat up on each other a little bit. The Packers are 3-0. I don't think they're particularly special. I think they're a good team, not a great team so far. And so what that all kind of speaks to me with is just that this is going to be, I think, a tight division, and it's going to be one that's going to be that way most of the year. I just don't see a team, even though the Packers are 3-0, pulling out and winning 13 or going 13-3. I think that it's going to be closer. And so with that said, next week is really important. If the Vikings can win on the road, that's a big win in the division, even if the Bears have not been impressive so far, just because the Vikings are never impressive in Chicago. And so that's what I'll be looking for, is to see if they can kind of steal one, as they could have stolen one last weekend at Green Bay. And I can't. I'd be surprised if someone really pulls away here and just grabs a stranglehold of this division and holds it from the beginning to the end.
Let's talk about Daniel Carlson and kickers. Do want to thank Bite Squad. Promo code is TALKNORTH for your first delivery fee waived. Keep using it after that. Go to bitesquad.com. They'll probably have a deal that it works well in your area. They deliver from a lot of great restaurants, morning, noon, night, snacks, home, office, elsewhere. Promo code TALKNORTH, or check out bitesquad.com for a deal that might be perfect for you. So Daniel Carlson comes back, gets booed.
Why are we booing him?
And I asked that question. Well, here's the thing. I asked that question. And here's my mistake. I gave people so many ways to fire me.
Yes.
I said, A, why are they booing Carlson? And B, isn't this just like A.J. Brzezinski getting booed for being traded? And that led to a longer conversation. Let me clarify the A.J. thing. When A.J. first got booed here, it was stupid because he didn't want to be traded, and he was traded, and he got booed like he demanded. And he was a hell of a player here, and he got booed as if he had demanded a trade, which was silly. Later on, AJ did some stupid stuff, stepped on Morneau's foot, acted like AJ, and once AJ starts acting like AJ, please boo him. I ripped him all the time at that point, but don't boo somebody for getting traded. In this case, Carlson did cost them a game at Green Bay. Yes. To me, that's a long time ago. I think the Vikings have had 12 kickers since then, and Carlson didn't do anything, with his personality to invite derision, and he got cut. I think getting cut is the proper response to what happened in Green Bay last year, not booing him like he's a villain.
Yeah, he just wasn't good last year for them, and so they cut him. He didn't cause any trouble off the field. He didn't ask to be traded. He didn't asked to be cut. He was a 5th-round draft pick, which was not his fault,
right?
Either. And so, all of the things that sort of add up to a fan base not liking a player and cutting and booing them. He didn't go Jimmy Butler on it. They're just. That was a hard one for me. It's just like, look, this guy was bad. They cut him, and now he's good in Oakland, and he's playing also for a Raiders team that's going absolutely nowhere. So it's not like you have to worry about him coming back to haunt you. So let it go, I guess. They were vociferous boos. It was loud booing. It wasn't just like a little something. So I just didn't anticipate that part of it happening. I've been in places where guys have gotten booed, and I totally understood it. But that one kind of took the cake there for me. I was a little flummoxed on why we were so mad at him.
One more development to talk about. Beebe leaves with a sprained ankle. They only have a rookie receiver. Now is their 3rd receiver. Treadwell's gone. Zylstra's gone. Irv Smith steps up at probably just the right time for this team.
Big time, yeah. And you know what Kevin Stefanski has said for a lot of this season, and even in the preseason, was they don't have a lot of depth at wide receiver, but they do feel like they have depth at tight end. And so they could putting two tight ends on the field at the same time for them is a little bit different look than for other teams. And I think especially with Irv Smith and his athleticism, his ability to get down the field, he definitely looks closer to a receiver than some sort of plodding tight end.
He's smooth.
Yeah, he really, everything is free and easy with him. And so I think that
okay, Gardy.
that a ball comes out of his hand really well. I think that just gives them an element that allows them to be able to mitigate the loss of a receiver a little bit more. I mean, and now, hey, if you lose Diggs or Thielen, I think that's a different thing than losing Chad Beebe. So Beebe just hasn't done much so far in his career as a receiver. So I like Irv Smith in a more featured role anyway, and so I think they're going to be okay that way. That said, we have seen last week they brought in a bunch of receivers to work out. I think they will address that some way, somehow. Why not go get AB? I mean, let's go totally off the deep end. Get Antonio Brown. This is an organization that loves fireworks and dysfunction. Bring him on in and see what happens.
I just need to go throw up something like that. Thanks, John. I think you've ended the podcast.